All right, so we're going to look in this video at the way I've organized Blackboard. I know that different faculty members organize it in different ways, so we can take a look at how I've set it up. I'm just going to come over here, right? We always have our left-hand toolbar where we're going to navigate. We just looked at the syllabus together, and now we are on the course materials page or the class materials page. Almost everything, and I have to say you're looking at my view here, so you can see things like discussions and getting started that are hidden from you, but your view, because it's prior to the start of the semester, doesn't have everything visible that it needs. So just bear with me here a little bit. I will make those discussions that directly available to you later on, but my experience tells me that if students who start making the habit of going straight to the discussions rather than going into the chapter folder, especially at the beginning of the semester, wind up missing important material. And so I'm going to keep you going into the chapter folder for just a little while. Right, but so we're on the class material page. Everything that is due, everything that you have to do is on this class materials page. So you can see right in front of you, right, you've got this chapter folder and ignore the item is hidden because it's not, it is not August 29th yet. But right, you're in the course orientation folder. I'm not going to go back in there. You know what that looks like. But I do want, right, you're going to have these term paper instructions. In fact, I'm going to move this so that it's at the top. So now by the time you're seeing it, it'll be at the top. And we'll look at that in the next video. But we'll look together at our first chapter that you won't be able to see until Wednesday. But you can see that every chapter is going to be set up the same way. So what you can see here is, right, you've got the name of the chapter, you have the span of days, the Monday to Sunday dates when it will be available to you. And then you've got some detail right here in the heading, right here in the title page. And so you've got, read textbook chapter 1. You have lecture videos to watch. You will have lecture videos to watch for every chapter. And then you have a whole class discussion prompt with initial post, right, your initial response to my prompt. Your initial post is due on Thursday, September 8th. Remember, always Thursday and Sunday. Whoop, don't want that. Always Thursday and Sunday. So you have initial post that's due on Thursday, the 8th, and then replies to your classmates are due by the 11th. And then the muddiest points discussion, the same thing. The question that you pose is due by the 8th. Your replies to classmates are due by the 11th. And then if we click on that, right, you can see what this organization is within each chapter folder. You're always going to have a folder with lecture videos. So we click on that, and you can see that you've got lecture videos that I've created, and you also have static slides to download. They're the same slides that you see in the background of lectures, but you can download those or print those, make notes on them. You can use them in any way that makes sense to you. You'll also notice, and there's less video to watch in this chapter, in chapter 1, and there will be in later chapters. But in any case, I will always try to keep these under 13, 15 minutes. You can see here, these are both under 11 minutes, so that you can watch them in bite-sized chunks if you want, that you're not forced to sit and watch 2 hours of video all at once, that you can take breaks. And so you've got that on the lecture video. So if you go back a page here, right, those are the lecture videos we just looked at. And then you've got chapter 1 discussion prompt required. I won't always have that word required, but I do want you to get used to the fact that these are required, and worth 15 points. And again, it says first post due Thursday 9/8, replies due Sunday 9/11. I'm trying to kind of beat you over the head a little bit with the due dates, especially before you're familiar with them, because I know I'm not the only course you have, and you're getting used to kind of the rhythm of our class, right? And so for this first one, I'm asking you to think about stigma, right? So I'm giving you a prompt that you'll respond to, and then once you do that, you're going to read your classmates' posts, and you're going to respond to at least one classmate. Do make sure you look at the rubric. If you go into My Grades and you go to the Chapter 1 discussion prompt, you can see the rubric there. Take a look at the rubric. Look for what my grading is going to be based on, so that you can be familiar with that. Right, and then you've got the muddiest points. Again, it gives you the dates. It gives you, right, and so you've got those. In every chapter unit, every chapter folder, you will also have this practical questions discussion, and that is exactly what it sounds like. It's not about content, right? Content questions go in the muddiest points. This is about, can somebody remind me, where I find this on Blackboard, or, I'm not sure how to go about choosing a disorder for my term paper. Whatever it is, you post that in the practical questions. I will look there. I will answer questions, but sometimes classmates will see it before I do, and somebody will have the answer and answer you, and that's fine too. But at the very least, even if I answer it, everyone can see those. So that when you go to post a question, be sure to take a look at what other questions have been posted there, so you're not asking the same question. If you have a personal question, something that is not that generic, something that is private in some way, you should always feel free to email me as well. Okay. All right, so that should give you a good sense of the organization of the chapters. I'm actually going to go into the student preview here to unclutter this and back to the class material. Right, so this is before the 29th. You can't see any of the chapter folders, but you can see the other things that are on that course material page. And so you can see that your term paper instructions are still at the top. You've got this topic for your term paper that you have to submit by September 25th. Anytime there's a Dropbox with a term paper, I will attach a copy of the term paper assignment there in case you want to look at it quickly. It tells you when exams are going to be available, right? And so you've got all of those things that, related to the term paper, and then also little notes about what exams will be available, so that you can have that always in front of you. So hopefully that gives you some sense of how I organize. I think it's pretty straightforward, but of course ask me if you have questions. And we will see each other in the next video, which will be looking at your term paper, at least an initial glance at your term paper.